It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Titans and the Saints, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be.
New season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing downs with the Raiders. The Saints, more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
A good 1,000-yard rusher for the first time last year. This is Jamal Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Carr able to locate his running back, Kamara. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Thomas will come in motion right. Here's Carr now going to fake the jet sweep and throw off play action. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Carr now to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The kick by Lutz is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans ready to take over on offense for the first time, and it is the now 35-year-old Ryan Tannehill who leads them out in his 12th NFL campaign.
Those who expected Ryan Tannehill to go quietly into the night after the Titans drafted Will Levis, well, they clearly don't know this man well at all. He's a fighter and former comeback player of the year, and expects to have his best season yet as a pro in this campaign.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So you think about the Saints here in 2023. I think they wanted some stability at the quarterback position. Well, enter Derek Carr, leaving Las Vegas, if you will, to sign here. What will his presence do for a team like this?
It solidifies a position that for the Saints in 2022 was like a revolving door. They could never settle on one guy due to injuries, inconsistent play, you name it. But now they've got a guy who's done it at a really high level and is fired up about doing it in a new location.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably...
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 10 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Tannehill now to throw. And incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A first down carry for Henry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Tannehill. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Tannehill. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Oh, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Now Carr. A quick throw, but incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out around the 45-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
On play action, it's Carr. He lets it go deep for Olave. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. That one complete downfield to Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll show the defense.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So Carr will exit stage right, and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Tannehill. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
$13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. As they've got it as we resume action. On 1st down, Carr. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good catch on the 1st down by Johnson, who's really benefited from a move to tight end the last 2 seasons. Over 500 yards and a team-leading 7 touchdown catches last year. Feels like we haven't even seen the best of him yet.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot in a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Carr on the bootleg. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
We never got to see Landry build on a 12-sack breakout in 2021 because a torn ACL cost him all of last season. After a full year to recover, 2023 should be a return to form for the Pro Bowler.
So Carr will exit stage right, and on is Lutz for the Saints field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Got his man, Okonkwo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. Here's Tannehill. That's to the tight end, Wiley. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. That one's taken in by Spears. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's Carr. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Carr going to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Again, it's Kamara. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Meanwhile, Carr's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
Start. Offense.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
And he returns this to the 22. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Throw here taken in by Riley, the tight end. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Here's Tannehill. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And brought in downfield by Burks. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Again, Tannehill. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Henry is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll give Henry another shot. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 20. And this time he is in. Yes. Derrick Henry as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be taken at the 13. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now Carr throwing on second down. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. To throw, it's Carr. He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a big 32-yard play on third.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
In motion right is Thomas. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Complete. Smith has it. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Harold Landry in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Chris Moore returning it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another powerful run and another workhorse season in the books for Henry. Let's take a peek at his numbers. He's led the NFL in carries and topped 1,500 yards for the 3rd time in 4 years. In addition, 5th straight year with double-digit touchdowns.
Marshawn Lattimore finding his way behind the line and to the football.
2 things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 42. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On first down, Tannehill. Going to the right here and finding Burks. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. A man who played collegiately at nearby Tulane, it's Tyjae Spears.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Just what they need, electric from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Out of the gun, Tannehill.
Caught by his tight end, Wesco. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now 2nd and 9.
To throw is Tannehill.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Tyjae Spears with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Titans get a bit closer.
Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Well, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Carr. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big...
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Josh Wiley with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
Start offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They run it again with Kamara. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 35. That third down conversion good for 23.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Little short pass here to Hill.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Second down and 8.
Throwing now is Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
Yeah, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Again, it's Carr. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from 4 yards out.
And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth-quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen for Spears. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. Nifty move. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
2. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Again, it's Henry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Tannehill.
It's complete. Burks.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive.
Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Carr now to throw.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That one's taken in by Spears.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6.
From the gun, here's Tannehill.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
79 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Tannehill.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now Tannehill.
On the out route, he's got Burks. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, Tannehill.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Tannehill now to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Carr's throw caught by Olave.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Down at the 25.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there.
And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between